Wait.
We're live.
What's going on, everybody? David Mitchell here, my lovely wife, Valeria.
Lipstick.
Glitter lipstick. And Voice of Autism, episode 213.
Yep.
Oh boy, I did surprise you guys with another episode of North American Rail Fan Travels. So I did surprise you guys right there till morning. But oh, so a little bit. But I've been surprising you guys left and right this week.
Sorry, guys. It's
But-
too tight on this area, but it's gonna be fine.
Mm-hmm. That cute. When did you get that, babe?
That's last week, David.
Oh yeah, you got it in my favorite color, green.
That looks like green. It looks like a soldier collar. And I remember last Wednesday that I play your favorite song.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that?
But yeah, it's crazy. But yesterday episode was for a full night episode that I did on for that series. But yeah. But we did a lot of good stuff. Also, we did our voiceovers yesterday. We almost for class, we almost missed that, but if for the ANN or the Autism Network, hold on 1 minute, babe.
Oh, David.
Robert home. Alright, we know not Robert. That's it. Leslie. I forgot that he took the blue truck today.
Yep.
But yeah.
It's not Wesley though. Hi, Wesley. Hi, Wesley. What's up? I'm starting to get gangster.
Also, I'm just going to bring it up from Fan of Train what happened in episode 2. We were just goofing off right there. So, those people who would think that I was being dumb, we were just goofing off. Just to bring that up for people won't make that mistake.
Yep.
But yeah, let me turn on my tablet Wi-Fi because I did get off of work at 3, so I only got off of work about an hour ago. So yeah, but we did some funny shit. But yeah. Let me go Discord.
Chicago Real Fan, I guess.
He probably, he's still in school.
Hey, shout out to Chicago Real Fan.
But I'm just going to bring it up. Autistic people, we do deal with discrimination.
Yep.
Sometimes you can tell discriminate, and sometimes you cannot. And then sometimes, some autistic people, we do sometimes get into a little bit too much and think we are being discriminated and bullied against when we're not. What does happen. But sometimes you could tell sometimes, but it's pretty hard.
Yep.
Hold on. But yeah, it's crazy. And the reason why I'm coughing today because I might have strep throat or something. Like because of my throat. So yeah. I've got a lot of crazy stuff been happening. But yeah. Let's check see who is online right now. Alright. None of them are online, but it's been a crazy thing. But yeah. Like we had some crazy shit happen this week. Had some good rail fanning this week, not gonna lie. And the frustrating rail fanning. Also, Val got her for Heritage Unit. And I got my 4th or 5th Heritage Unit, I can remember, and not Freight Heritage Unit, but Amtrak Heritage Units. I have never caught a freight heritage unit, but I have caught Amtrak heritage units before.
Oh, I liked the feeling yesterday that we did some fun with the cups.
But yeah.
Remember that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was okay, but
They want to bring it. They want to clarify. Hey, Wesley.
yeah, Leslie.
Sup, Wesley?
I told you, he probably doing.
We're messing with Wesley in the best way we can.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, we just bring this up because to clarify, David,
Mm-hmm.
I talked this over to David a lot of times, and that's their duty, especially late nights. They understand that there's some in the town are train enthusiasts because people nowadays don't like trains. Instead, they vandalize trains and train hopping.
Or they sometimes tamper with it.
Yep.
But I would say kudo to Troughton County last night because that last train they gave a lot of light from the police car. We chatted with them and kudo and shout out to them.
Shout out to the.
But yeah, we did be talking about the trains up in the train live stream. But
anyway, we just give them a clarification why they came there for what. So they came here for
that light should be a little brighter.
They came here to see how we're doing. That's really normal for every cop, even in the Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
We call it the task force people.
Yep.
I mean, the cops or task force people, they're checking around the vicinity of the town. If they see there a lot of hidden agenda coming, let's say, especially gangs existed in some small towns, and you do not know where you're living is full of ghetto people. So,
that's true.
To clarify, there's some cities and towns are full of gangsters and ghettos, and there's some people are doing their hidden agenda. And I'm not gonna do that because that's a trigger alert right there.
Okay. Something I am going to bring up and about ABA therapy.
Before you bring that up, David, microphone not working.
It is.
No.
Trust me, it is, babe.
It's not, but it's no green in it.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, I told you.
David. Oh boy, David.
Told you.
Oh, bro, let me bring this up because people might think that we might do something that we're messing up, but we're not. They're just there to check up on us because it's since it's in the middle of the night, it's close to midnight. It's normal for them to see how we're doing, if we're not doing anything bad. So we give them the scope that we do train watching. That's part of our hobby.
And I put the link into last night video in.
And that's totally normal for them to ask for curiosity reasons and also for safety reasons because some of the cities nowadays, they have ghettos, gangs, and hidden agenda, aka they do smuggling. I'm not gonna say anything about that's a trigger alert right there. So
sometimes autistic people become victims of it.
Yep.
And that happens sometimes.
And also because yes, we're autistics, the majority of us, a majority in the group were autistics, and they're here for safety reasons. They're here to help us out in any way they can. If they want something, we need something. Ain't that right, David?
Yep.
And here's the thing: when you guys saw a cop and then checks on you, don't panic because that's normal for them to see if you're doing all right or not. So don't panic because some people will say, "Hey, are we doing something bad?" I mean, even people driving fast, they do not know there are cops on board. They do not know there's the cops everywhere. So. So I'm happy for the cops who gave us a special thumbs up, and of course, David has been a train watcher for the longest time. So
and something that helped me with me being autistic.
I mean,
autistic, we have hobbies and stuff.
Yeah, and some people would be jealous about it, make bluff about it, to say bad things about our hobby because they weren't able to try that in themselves. Let me tell you something about train watching. Being a train watching, in my experience, is not really easy. It is also a time consuming because you want to catch some good trains. I want to
That's
catch some
true.
Norfolk Southern one of these days.
That's true.
And train watching, I want to open this up to those who do not understand what we're doing. Train watching takes a lot of sacrifices. You need to get up in the morning and you have to stay up all night just to see good trains and the best trains that's out there. And of course, the train people and the
Mm-hmm.
employees in the railroad will never give us a full information, but they're going to say a train name and they're going to give us a train name and how many minutes it is. So,
Yeah, but
but do you
we
want to say something about the
cannot
AB?
say to people who it is because they could get in trouble for it.
Yep. They only give us, hey, 10 minutes. Well, this train will be going here. This train will going there, and that,
All right.
northbound, southbound.
But also now let's get on to the autism stuff now.
What's the ABA therapy that you're talking about now? David?
Behavior analyst therapy.
Applied behavior analysis. David.
Yes. It technically, if y'all know, I brought it up in a lot of my live stream how ABA therapy is technically abusive dog training for kids. It technically uses psychological and abusive stuff that like manipulate and stuff, and it's not okay. Kids do get scarred from this. Like literally get scarred. Sometimes even traumatized. And autistics who go through ABA therapy have a higher chance of being sexually assaulted.
And being targeted for bullying because they thought that us autistics undergoing ABA were not able to talk back and stand to people who hate us.
Mm-hmm. But yeah. It's just crazy if you just think about it. But yeah. Combing my hair. But
ABA could be a mentally drained thing.
mm-hmm.
In my experience, that if I'm not behaving in a certain way, I will not be given a reward.
And that is where the psychological abuse is.
Yes.
Because they expect you to do it their way with that stress it out, and it takes a lot of energy. Like it consumes and it can be harmful.
And some autistic friends of mine weren't able to do the ABA because they think ABA is just breaking their natural personality.
Because it is. Because that would goal is to break your
natural personality
Mhm.
that you really have. And they have a certain that they will have to let you like behave a certain way. I know that there is an etiquette like
Mhm.
how to talk to the high for this is for diplomats who wanted to become a diplomat, okay? But the
Mhm.
ABA on the other hand, you don't want their kids to let out their frustration. Instead, they're just bottling up for other people to say and put a smile on their face to say that they're not in pain.
Mhm.
That's not even a good thing, guys. And
Yeah.
we learned it the harder way that you don't bottle up your
Yeah,
feelings,
and
dude.
ABA therapy or behavior analyst, it technically what it does is make you bottle up your emotions. With it the complete long chain you to never to like doctors a mental and psychological for mental health. They some of them did call out ABA therapy for what it is. But it's technically a form of turning someone into a depressed person who don't speak out that they need help. Because ABA therapy, it just technically donkey. It's child abuse if you just think about it. And you don't realize it until too late. Isn't that right, babe?
Yep.
But you just gotta think about how shit go. Because if you don't think about it in that type of light, you're doomed to repeat. Like ABA therapy, it technically psychological abuse when you think about it in a smart way.
And ABA therapy is something that can make you manipulate and manufacture how to manufacture
Yep.
personality. And instead, ABA is way too far from improving personality and
Yeah.
behavior.
Like, and I followed the guy on Facebook. He met a autistic who went through ABA therapy when they were younger, and it creeped him out because he wouldn't chill because of how he was acting. He was acting like mentally broken in a way because he went through ABA therapy. Because ABA therapy does break mental health and it causes more problems.
And I have a friend who's also a singer, like me, a year younger, a year older than me. She never gone for ABA therapy, and luckily she was able to work independently, graduated college, and got into a cadet training. While me, on the other hand, got into ABA therapy for 5 years. Do not know that ABA therapy is worse than improving your well-being. So it's I have another friend of mine who became my childhood friend ever since, and my special when I got to special school with my friend. He's based in New York already.
Mhm.
He works as a cart pusher. He ended up continuing his education in Canada,
Like
and
me, like your friend, like carpenter, like me.
yep, and he was so happy that he continued his education and exposed himself to the neurotypicals, even if he got bullied. And luckily, he was able to deal with people and communicate with people correctly and very well. ABA should not be an experiment to kids with autism. ABA should actually be a building to be independent and to normalize, not to imprison autistic kids.
But it's not made that way.
Uh-huh.
It made to manipulate into acting like no one care how we are unless we act like them, like copy what they act like, you know?
And copy what they were doing for you to be one of them. And don't do that. You don't need to fit into their format. You're there to be on your freaking own.
Yeah, and ABA therapy, it's a failure. It don't even help. Like, what are we? Like, ABA therapy is technically the equivalent of abuse, you know?
Yep.
And I'm not gonna lie, but it's just crazy. And people don't realize that. It's dumb, you know?
Yep. And for us for you to tell us that we have to act like normal, well, we are very different from all of y'all. We have a different way of how to live a life, and that shouldn't be your business. It's none of y'all's business, you know. I mean, I'm not trying to get pity. It's just that I'm speaking also in behalf of people with autism who cannot really speak for themselves. We're aggressive enough to say this, to call everybody out because we don't want to be taken advantage, you know?
Yep.
And people with autism, there's a misconception that people with autism cannot even have a job, cannot even marry, and cannot even live on their own, which was not true. Some did so great without us expecting. Some people can maintain a job for a freaking year. I'm so sorry to bust a substitute word instead of cussing because we just want to be very serious about the matter. And okay, that's a side note right there. I'm sorry if you guys are wondering, are making misconception about autistics. You have to ask us before you make something about that.
Exactly, because you never know what's going to go on.
And
heck, they might just scoop down and make you look bad. Like, Dana, don't underestimate autistic. And autistic, we all have different looks.
And another thing that I learned as a singer that could match to that statement, you don't underestimate a singer who never hits high notes, because being a good singer is not just hitting high notes itself. Being a singer is someone who engaged an audience to the
Exactly.
point to react, that they will react, they're angry at your song, they're happy at your song, they're crying emotionally, happy tears in your song. That's how ourselves as autistic should be. We are engaging, connecting with people.
Exactly. That is so true right there.
Let me bring this about the cop experience yesterday. They thought that we're doing something like a hidden agenda, but we proved to them like we train watch, and that's
Yeah.
for I didn't expect they're gonna help us out before we
Yeah.
end the night.
Yeah, and kudos to them. That I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, that's a good example right there.
And also, I would like to bring this up, but we want to bring that up to the anniversary series. However,
We're talking about doing something with. We're going to talk about it next month, about a week to 2 weeks before our 1 year anniversary. It's probably going to be a little special, but yeah,
but
you
there's
guys have to find out.
in the group yesterday, we understand that not everybody wants to hear our sad stories a lot of times, which we understand, but this is something that you don't also bottle that up. You don't
Yeah.
keep it, because
Mhm.
when you're bottling up, it's just like this. You keep eating and eating and eating and eating without even having a break. You will gain weight
And you would end up getting sick, and it could be bad.
and having health problems.
But that's a good example of why you never bottle up your feelings.
While it's still small, you have to let it out, make action about it, have prevention about it. And it's 4:30 in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like we're getting ready. We in a couple minutes head down to hang out with our friend into a few minutes.
But anyway, shout out to our friend Christopher and Derek.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are amazing.
Yeah. Shout out to you too.
Love you guys.
And Derek also autistic.
Yep, like me
But-
and you.
But yeah, but we people do amazing stuff. But yeah, now I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Found it educating, motivating, and all the above, and we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye, guys.
Signing out. Bye, guys. Bye.
Bye. Oh!